Welcome to the 2022 Enable Scotland Annual Conference. The theme of this conference is My Own Front Door. We are here today to build upon and discuss the opportunity we now have given the Scottish Government and COSLA's Coming Home implementation framework to give everyone with a learning disability in Scotland their own front door by 2024. What happens next? How do we make this happen? How should it work? These are the things we will explore today. We want everyone in Scotland to have the same opportunities my sister Nova has been given, to live in a home of their choice, in a community they choose, close to the people they love. We need you to work together today to help us make My Own Front Door a reality for everyone by 2024.
This week is Scottish Learning Disability Week, which this year has the theme, We All Have Rights and Don't We Just? And today we're going to bring together a wide range of experts by experience, people like Nova and her family you've just heard from, decision makers, people working in health and social care, to all come together and hear their views on what more we can do to make all of those rights a reality for more people who have a learning disability in Scotland.
Sheila is the CEO of Naval Group, who is the leadership and has been with Naval fighting for human rights for people with learning disabilities for, for many years.
Beyond the human cost, we also know it's very expensive to keep people locked up in hospital. So what happens is people are denied their human rights, and it actually costs the government more money for people not to get the life they choose. We've been campaigning in Enable Scotland for that, and we know that every year we want to try and move people out of a hospital setting. My own front door. I've been CEO of Enable for just over 6 years now. And I am very proud that Enable Scotland has led on many campaigns. And I know I say this every time, but none more than My Own Front Door. Every year I think our campaigns get better and they get stronger and they have more impact. My Own Front Door campaigns this year to shine a light on what is called, and what is rightly called, a human rights scandal. My Own Front Door has had a huge impact. It has really raised the profile of human rights and the emergency that we're seeing here in Scotland that for too long has been hidden in plain sight. We need to thank our partners in the media for that and for excellent journalists like Michael who have uncovered some of these stories and told them to the rest of the country.
Thank you for the introduction. I'm really honoured to be asked to come and talk today about the story of my beloved son Louis' life recently and his new front door. So that's a photograph of Louis, and I've said the dates. These don't define Louis. It says detained the 1st of January 2019, and he's now got a discharge date. I've only just been able to say that a few days ago. But Louis is so much more than that. You can see Louis is 5'11". He's a great walker. You can see how he loves me. You can see he's got an apple in his hand. We love to walk in the Ochils, which is close to his new front door. And Louis is a man of huge courage and resilience. The trouble was that when this his other home, when that was going to close, there wasn't anywhere in Scotland. And the social worker and I, we went and looked and we did this. And at that point, a little seed was planted in my head. But we have to put that on one side. Because Louis got sent 250 miles away. Louis was giving up everything that was familiar. He'd left St Andrew's Drive, the swimming pool down the road in the Gorbals, Sandra in the cafe. He left all that behind. And the people he knew and trusted. And the people who understand his language.
There are 1.4 million adults and children in Europe living in institutions.
Inclusion Europe is the European movement representing 20 million of people with learning disabilities and their families from 39 European countries. And as Teresa said, Enable Scotland is one of the founding members of Inclusion Europe, and it remains a strong, active member committed to improving the rights and lives of people with learning disabilities in Europe. Very important and are all part of this work to end segregation across Europe. It's the people with learning disabilities and the families themselves who drive, inform, and motivate our work. And it's the same in the case of supporting our friends and colleagues in Ukraine. Ever since the Russian war started, we have been working closely with the VGO coalition to tell the world about what is happening to them, what are the conditions they have to live in because of the war.
It is completely unacceptable that people with learning disabilities and more complex needs spend any longer in hospital than medically necessary. I know that for every day spent in hospital, that person loses part of their connection with their community, their family and their friends. Everyone has the right to a home and an independent life. It sets out a clear vision that by March 2024, out-of-area residential placements and inappropriate hospital stays should be greatly reduced. Ultimately, we want to be in a position where out-of-area residential placements are only made through individual or family choices, and people are only in hospital for as long as they require assessment and treatment.
And what do you like to do in your house and around about your house?
I like to watch the soaps TV, Emmerdale and Cottage Street and EastEnders.
What would you like to do in your local area?
I like to go to the park, go long walks, go to the gym. What else? I go to Golden Friendship Club on a Monday. What else? I go out to see Joyce and Emma on a Wednesday and see my mum and dad on a Wednesday as well.
Enable's really proud of their personal PA, and I think getting the team right for Catherine's been key, hasn't it? Yeah. We have had some changes in the team, but now we've got a team in place that's right for you, and you love being involved in that, don't you?
We're going to hear some thoughts from our expert panel here, and you have got the opportunity to ask your questions. So I'm really pleased that as people have been registering and over the workshops, you've been giving me notice of some of your questions in advance, and I've had some through online as well.
The report I did for Lennox Castle was only scratching the surface. Yeah. What I wanted to do with that report was to highlight the issue. Obviously, when I'm speaking to everyone in here, I'm speaking to the converted about it, but I wanted to highlight it to the non-converted people, if you get what I mean.
Thank you for joining us today at the Enable Scotland Annual Conference. Nova and I hope you have had a great day meeting friends again after such a long time apart and working together to make a reality our goal to give everyone in Scotland their own front door, just like Nova's. We hope to see you back again next year.